I've been slowly getting better at this whole content thing, and some things I've been trying lately are actually working.
And honestly, it's way easier than I thought. If your entire premise for creating content is to just figure out the best way to hook people and then trick them into staying to watch as much of your video as possible, you likely are building the wrong audience.
I would rather make videos that sometimes feel slower, but offer real value, because that naturally filters out the short attention span viewers anyway, and keeps the people who actually care sticking around.
Yeah, it might go slower, but those are the people that will actually stick around, the people that will become a part of your community and maybe even one day buy your stuff.
Something I'm shifting towards is making content that doesn't shout at people, telling them what to do.
For so long, I think that educational content has kind of had this feeling of like a dictator role, where someone that's way ahead of you in whatever they're kind of creating education about is kind of telling you what to do rather than kind of going through that process and building it with you. But I think there's some real power in sharing your process instead of saying do this, do that. Rather, bringing people along to see what you're doing and what you're learning on your little journey, and letting those people kind of learn with you rather than you just telling them what to do. Exactly like this video. I'm literally just sharing what I'm kind of working on and what's been working for me and the things that I'm kind of experimenting with the content that I'm creating these days. So I want to share a little method I use to save myself a massive amount of time by bunching tasks. But just before we get to that, I want to share something else pretty crazy with you that can make you be able to produce a higher quality of content with less effort, and also it's actually just pretty insane and extremely useful as creators. Check this out. If you've ever felt like you are missing certain shots as B-roll or things to drive the message you are trying to convey, but you either don't have the time or you just don't have the ability to create those shots yourself that you can visualize in your mind, Artlist, the sponsor of today's video, has some crazy AI generation tools that empower creators to do things they otherwise wouldn't be able to. One in particular that I've been absolutely fascinated with lately is image to video generation, and the things that you can do are pretty mind-blowing. Check this out. So let's say I wanted to use this still image of me sitting at a desk. I could put it in here. Then I can prompt the AI to create the background, whatever I can possibly imagine. Or what else is really cool that they just recently introduced is up to 3 different still images that you can merge. Once I do merge them, now it gets pretty insane. We can transform those images that have been merged together into video, and we can even prompt Artlist to do different camera movements or specific things within that video to give you absolutely insane results like this one. It's really powerful, and if you have still images of you doing whatever you want, you can fully turn them into videos, animate them, and you can merge up to 3 still images for that initial image so that you can sculpt it in the exact way that you want. It's a really powerful tool. If you need to get B-roll of you doing something and it's just not plausible to do it in real life, you can create it in seconds without even leaving your room, which is insane. If you want to find out more about Artlist, they're going to be linked in the top of the description, and they also hooked us up with a nice discount where you get 2 months free if you sign up using that link down below and go for the annual plan. Let's get back to something else that I think can save us a lot of time as creators.
The more videos I create, the more I realize the simple ones are the ones that do the best. They're easy to watch, easier to remember, and way easier for your audience to apply into their actual life.
I've had so many big, grand ideas that I've ended up completely scrapping purely because they were too complicated. And it's not about dumbing down your content to make your viewers understand. Your viewers are actually super smart and able to grasp really complex concepts. It's more about making something that's clear, easy to understand, and to the point, so that it's digestible and actionable for your viewer when they actually do watch it. If you can't explain your video idea or concept to a friend in 1 or 2 sentences in a relatively easy way, it's probably going to be hard for you to turn that idea or concept into an easy to understand and simple video. One of the easiest ways that I allowed myself to make scripts that are easy to understand by the viewers is creating a scripting template that ensures that any idea I kind of paste into that or plug into it is going to be laid out in a really simple and easy to understand way. I put together a completely free entire script writing workbook, and it even comes with the template that I use for all of my videos. And it's responsible for me being able to build a personal brand that I'm so lucky to have built. If you want to check it out, it's linked down below. Like I said, completely free. It even comes with the template of this video, and you can watch it in reference with this video and see how it was actually scripted out in that little template, and you can paste your own ideas in there to make it super nice and easy for you.
Another thing that's been a game changer is batch creating. Not always, but when it makes sense, I batch ideas, I batch scripting, and I definitely batch filming.
When you're in the zone, you can knock out like 3 or 4 videos in one go. And when you're in that super flow, each video gets better and better as you go because you're in the zone of each task that you're dealing with. Things like ideas, things like script writing, filming, even things like titles, thumbnails, and uploading can be helped massively by doing them in batches. These days I batch create everything. It saves me a huge amount of time and makes me more effective. There's one thing I definitely do not ever batch create though, and that is editing. Let's be real. By the time you're 20% in to the first video, you've most likely already burnt the day and your focus is probably completely gone. Instead of wasting my time, I focus on tasks that actually move the needle, like scripts, ideas, and actually filming and posting that content. And the way I'm able to do it is because I created an editing agency to solve the problem that almost every single creator faces, wasting all their time trying to edit their own videos. You just send your raw footage along with a brief of what you actually want your project to look like, and we do the rest. You get a professional finished project back within just a few days so that you can keep focusing on the tasks that actually contribute to your content creation journey. It's also zero risk, so you can sign up, submit a project, and if you're not 100% satisfied, we just refund you, and you even get to keep the video that we worked on together.
So yeah, even after a decade of content creation, I'm still figuring it out. But I kind of love that about content. It's ever evolving, and you should be too. So these are the things that are actually working for me right now, and I hope you found them useful.
And if you're just figuring it out too, don't forget to grab that free script writing workbook that will make your whole pre-planning process a lot easier. You can even see the script that I created for this very video and compare it to see how it actually works in the real world. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one.